we're going to learn how to factor polynomials with common monomial factor. Okay, at the end of this lesson, students, dapat mahibaluan natin kung paano mag-factor sa polynomials with common monomial factor. Okay, and the content of our module for week 1 is more on factoring polynomials. Okay? Antes kita mag-discuss regarding sa factoring polynomials with common monomial factor, so may ara kita nga mga pre-lessons nga dapat naton ibaluon para mansira naton, no? Number 1, we have prime numbers. Then number 2, we have the greatest common factor. Number 3 is the prime factorization. Then we have finding GCF using prime factorization. How to get the GCF of variables. The 8 basic laws of exponents. And division of monomials. Okay, so we're going to factor polynomials with common monomial factor using 3 steps. Okay? So step 1, get the GCF of both numerical and literal coefficients. Step 2, divide the given polynomial with the GCF. And step 3, combine the GCF and the result from step 2. So let's try factoring the polynomial 2x plus 4y. Okay, step 1, get the GCF of both numerical and literal coefficients. So meaning, kuhaon natin ang GCF sang numerical kag sang literal coefficients sang given polynomial. Because ang isa ka polynomial, guys, is composed of 2 kinds of coefficients. Now, we have the numerical nga nag-include sa mga numbers pero wala na diya labot ang exponents because ang exponent nadala na sa literal coefficients. So magamba ka mo literal coefficients is the same as the variable in the polynomial. Okay, so we have here the numerical coefficients 2 and 4. So kwaon naton ang GCF sang 2 kag 4 using the prime factorization. So again, we are not going to include 1 sa aton nga pag prime factorize ang numbers, no? So the GCF here is 2. Okay, and as for literal coefficients naman, wala kita sang common variable. So there's no GCF. Okay, therefore the combined GCF of 2x plus 4y is 2. Okay, supposedly, kung may ara gid man ta ni GCF ang variables, so i-combine ta na siya sa 2. Kay wala man sang GCF ang aton nga variables or ang aton nga literal coefficient, so 2 lang ang aton nga GCF. Okay? Step 2. We are going to divide the given polynomial with the GCF. Okay, from step 1, diba sa step 1 nakuha natin ang GCF. So we're going to use that. We're going to divide 2x plus 4y or the given polynomial with the GCF na 2. Okay? So we have here 2x over 2. Kada part sa numerator natin, let's say we have 2x and then 4y, kada term sa aton nga numerator is being distributed sa aton nga denominator nga 2. That's why nahimo na lang na siya nga 2x over 2 and then plus, so i-distribute naman ang denominator nga 2 sa kay 4y. Okay? Then, we are going to divide 2x by 2. So, ang 2 over 2 is equal to 1. Then, ibutang tatupad ang variable nga x or pwede taman isulat nga wala na lang ang 1. Okay? And then 4 over 2 is equal to 2 and then itupad natin si y. So this is the result if we're going to divide the given polynomial 2x plus 4y by 2. So the result of step 2 is x plus 2y. Then for step 3, we are going to combine the GCF. Okay? From step 1, kinuha natin ng GCF anay. And then in step 2, divide natin ang given polynomial by the GCF. So in step 3, we are going to combine the GCF from step 1 and the result from step 2. Okay? So the GCF from step 1 is 2 and the result from step 2 is x plus 2y. So i-combine tala na siya guys. And then the factored form therefore of 2x plus 4y is 2 times x plus 2y. Okay, next example is we're going to factor the polynomial x squared plus x to the 5th. Okay, this time, kung manotice natin, wala kita sang numerical coefficient. So as for step 1, so ang makuha talang diri nga GCF is from literal coefficients. Okay? So if we're going to factor x squared, that will become x times x and x to the 5th. So may 5 kita ka x nga multiply. And we're going to bring down the common factors, 2 ka x. So we have here x squared. Okay? Therefore, the combined GCF of x squared plus x to the 5th is x squared. Or kung nakadumdum ka mo sa lesson naton, no, paano magkuha sa GCF sa variables, all you have to do is to locate kung the same ang variables, no, for example, ang x. For example, sa polynomial nga x squared plus x to the 5th, the same ang aton nga variable. So, pangitaon ta lang ang may pinakagamay nga exponent. Okay, that is a GCF. Step 2. Divide the given polynomial with the GCF. So, the given polynomial divided by the GCF from step 1, which is x squared. Okay, so separate natin ang terms sa numerator. We're going to divide it by the denominator. So we have x squared, the first term divided by the GCF x squared plus x to the 5th, the second term divided by the denominator nga x squared. So x squared over x squared is 1. And then plus x to the 5th over x squared. That will become x cubed. Okay? Please recall your laws of exponents. Diri na din natin ma-apply. The result of step 2 therefore is 1 plus x cubed or x raised to 3. Then for step 3, we're going to combine the GCF from step 1 and the result from step 2. So we have here the result from step 1 or the GCF is x squared and the result from step 2 is 1 plus x cubed. Hindi yung magkalipat, magbutang sang parenthesis. If we are going to combine that, amun yung sangwaya. Therefore, the factored form of x squared plus x to the 5th is x squared times quantity 1 plus x cubed. Next example. Factor the polynomial 10x cubed minus 12x raised to 7. So by getting the GCF of both numerical and literal coefficients, we have 2 as the GCF of numerical coefficients and we have x cubed. Okay, x cubed as the why not on the circle ano? X cubed as the GCF of the literal coefficients since siya ang may pinakagamay nga exponent. The same ang basis naton, x. Different ang aton nga exponent. So, mangita kita sang GCF sang the same basis. Mangitaon tala ang may pinakagamay nga exponent. Therefore, the combined GCF is 2x cubed. Okay, for step 2, if we're going to divide the given polynomial with the GCF, so amuningwa ya. So we're going to separate the first term and the second term. Okay. And then we're going to simplify. So, mahimo na ni siya 1 because ang x cube over x cube. Okay, makancel na siya. And then, we have 6. So, division of monomials that will become x to the 4th because i-subtract natin ang exponents. Okay, the same base, different exponent. If we're going to divide them, we are going to subtract the exponents. Okay, this is the result of step 2. Now, in step 3, if we're going to combine the GCF from step 1 and the result from step 2, amo ning guys. Okay? So therefore, the factored form of 10x cubed minus 12x to the 7th is 2x cubed times the quantity 5 minus 6x to the 4th. Okay? Next, we are going to factor the polynomial 8x squared y cubed z to the 5th plus 12x to the 4th y to the 4th z to the 7th. Okay, for step 1, the GCF of numerical coefficient is four. And as for the literal coefficients, may tatlo kita ka classes ang variables. Okay, so you have x, y, and z. So ang himuon naton para makuha naton ang GCF sang literal coefficients, so igrupuhon naton sila. Okay, so we have x squared and x to the 4th, y cubed and y to the 4th, isa man nakagrupo, and another group is z to the 5th, z to the 7th. And then, pangitaon lang natin ang variable nga may pinakagamay nga exponent. Okay, so for x, we have x squared. For y, we have y cubed. And for z, we have z to the 5th. Okay? So therefore, the combined GCF of literal coefficient is x squared, y cubed, z to the 5th. Therefore, the combined GCF of numerical and literal coefficient is 4x squared, y cubed, z to the 5th. Now, for step 2, we are going to divide the given polynomial with the GCF. Okay, so we're going to divide the given polynomial by the GCF. That is equal to, yan, again, separate na natin, guys. Okay, so if we're going to simplify that, 8 over 4, that is 2. Then, as for the variables, no, this will be equal to 1 because numerator, same ang numerator kag ang denominator. So if we're going to simplify that, that is equal to 1. For the next polynomial, or for the next term, we have 3. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Then we have x to the 4th divided by x squared, that is x squared. Y to the 4th divided by y cubed, that is y. Z to the 7th divided by z to the 5th power is z squared. Okay? So this is the result of step 2. Then as for step 3, we're going to combine the GCF from step 1 and the result from step 2. Ayan. Okay, so therefore the factored form of 8x squared, therefore the factored form of 8x squared y cubed z to the 5th plus 12x to the 4th y to the 4th z to the 7th is this one. Okay, so 4x squared y cubed z to the 5th times the quantity 2 plus 3x squared y z squared. For summary check, if factoring the polynomials with common monomial factor, we are going to use 3 steps. Step 1, you get the GCF of both numerical and literal coefficients. Step 2, we're going to divide the given polynomial with the GCF. And step 3, we're going to combine the GCF and the result from step 2. Okay, and as for your exercise, We're going to factor these three exercises. Okay, so pwede nyo na siya ma-pause. And then, you can comment below sa inyong answer. Okay, that's all for today. See you in our next lesson.